Hello, good morning. Welcome. Oh, that's not very bright. Good morning, everybody. Nature Tots Live, and this is the last Nature Tots Live we've got today. So I just so much brightness coming down onto my face, and I pulled the blind down on the window. Anyway, it's lovely to have you all here. My name's Abby, and if you want, for the last time ever, if you want to put your name in the chat window there and to say what your favourite animal is, I can say a big hello to you, and I'd love to know what your favourite animal today is. Mine is still slugs and snails. I really, really love them. I love all the animals, but slugs and snails definitely for the little animals. So whilst people are getting ready, I'm still just moving along. We will say hellos to some people that are in Australia, on the other side of the world, and they're asleep now, having to snooze because they've already had their Monday. And when we're going to bed tonight, they'll be waking up. And that is a big hello to Thomas and Edward, a big hello to Lath and Zane, and a big hello to Matthew and Lucy. So, there's some people of there we go, some names coming up here. Fantastic. So whilst I'll say hello to people very, very soon. Whilst people are still typing their names and what animals they love, I'm going to tell you what I've been up to this last week for 30 Days Wild. There's 2 days left. You can see on the washing line, 30 Days Wild washing line. It's a bit hard to say. We've still got 2 days left of 30 Days Wild. So this week, some of my highlights. I made spider's web, but you all know that because you did that with me. That was last Monday. When I went to the park, I just did some wildlife watching. I was watching birds, I was watching different insects. I was trying to identify some plants because plants, I don't know as much about plants as I do about all the little animals. So I was trying to get better at identifying some of them. And I really love lavender. I love the smell of lavender. So I have tried to plant some lavender plants from stems of lavender. So I'm not sure how they're doing yet because I only did it last week. So fingers crossed they take, and I'll have lots of beautiful lavender in my garden. Watch some wildlife TV, always good, especially on a rainy day if you don't want to go outside. I don't mind going outside in the rain because I've got a raincoat and things I put on. But my dogs Rinko and Iris, they're not as keen going out in the rain. So we try and time our walk when it's raining, time our walk for when it's a little bit dry in the day. But when it's been really raining lots, they just have to go out in the rain. But then they don't like it as much. I quite like it. So the other day I did some running in the rain. And that was nice. Very refreshing to run in the rain. And I missed that one. Sycamore seed helicopter throwing. You know the little seeds from. I should have kept one. Found some really big ones from the sycamore trees, and you throw them up in the air and they whiz around. So that is really fun to do, and I was doing it the other weekend as well with my niece Daphne. Daphne's at school today, so big hello Daphne when you watch this later. And we were spinning them round as well. So that's something I love doing. And yesterday, you know who else doesn't mind the rain? I don't mind the rain. Slugs and snails don't mind the rain. So when it's been raining lots, all the slugs and snails come out. But then it means the pavement is covered in snails. I saw loads. I didn't see any slugs on the pavement yesterday, but saw loads of snails and kept moving them out the way so people won't stand on them. So snail saving was what I was doing yesterday. Right, lots of people have been chatting. I'm looking forward to seeing who's here. So first of all, a very big hello to Sarah and to Abu Bakr and Umar. Hello, Abu Bakr and Umar. And I know you've been very busy this week because your mum has sent me some pictures that I'm going to share in a bit. Geraldine's here, and Geraldine, 2 to 4, her favourite animal is a elephant. Abu Bakr's favourite animal is a tiger. And Umar's favourite is a giraffe and a monkey. Two. I like them. You've got a very good collection there for some big animals. So windy Yorkshire, windy Dublin. But Edie has been swimming in the sea a lot and she saw a jellyfish. I've got a picture of that jellyfish. If I can get it up later, I'll show everybody. And oh, you're not sure why you put a volleyball. I'm not sure there is a jellyfish picture, so maybe that's just the volleyball is to represent the jellyfish. Abu Bakr also likes dragons. Well, I was going to say I don't know what a dragon does. I do, but I can't do it. They go, they breathe fire. That would be a very good skill to have, wouldn't it? Maybe you just want to have a little barbecue. There we go, done. Mateus is here. Hi, Mateus. And a buffalo is your favourite animal today. Interesting. Lots of very big animals here. Brilliant. Andrew's here, and Andrew likes a red admiral butterfly. Very nice. And Deirdre loves butterflies and dragonflies. Abu Bakr loves dragons. Deirdre loves dragonflies. We've got all the animals here today. Fantastic. So, shall we also see who we've got under our log today for the final time? Who's hiding? It's getting heavier. Maybe there's more animals under here. Who's hiding out? Somebody's not hiding out under our log. Somebody's on our log. You see? A lovely worm. Hello, little worm. What are you doing? Slithering on a log. I hope you're ready. It's heavy. Must be loads. There is loads of animals. They're having a party. So who have we got today? Oh, we've got at the top, we've got a very wiggly worm having a chat to a millipede. I've never seen that happen before. You just never know what's going to happen when you look under a log. Oh, we've got this lovely bright orange slug having a chat with this bright orange centipede. I wonder what they're chatting about. Maybe it's, oh, how do you find being orange? A lovely snail over here having a chat to a spider. Wonder what you're talking about. About what it's like to have lots of legs and what it's like to have no legs. What it's like to live in a shell. Oh, this is a good conversation happening. Everyone seems to be having little chats with one another. We've got a woodlouse here who's chatting with a worm. Maybe they're talking about what it's like to have lots of legs. The woodlouse has 14 legs and worm doesn't have any. Look at these ones. Bring it a bit closer. Might not be able to see. We've got teeny little slug talking to a little ant, and out of the soil here has popped a worm. Wonder what they're chatting about. It's like to be so small. Oh, down here we've got a lovely happy slug who's chatting with a lovely bright pink worm. This lovely shiny black slug, he's beautiful. Maybe they're talking about what it's like to be slithering and sliding. They both move about with no legs. We've got two worms having a chat. Maybe they're just doing worm talk there. I've got a slug, a leopard slug, and a little tiny worm there having a chat. And oh, this worm, so big, must be super worm, so big that it's coming out of the log. And they're having a chat to somebody who's under a leaf. They're not hiding very well, though, are they? They're a bit too big. I wonder who that is. Can you recognise it? It's got, let's count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An animal with 6 legs. And then it's got these, looks like antlers at the top. Should we lift the leaf back and have a look? Oh, this is amazing. Can you see it? Oh, you are beautiful. It's a stag beetle. Just going to carefully pick you up. Oh, let's just put the log down carefully. Oh, look at this stag beetle. You see it? It's got, this is a male stag beetle. We can tell it's a male stag beetle. It's these big antlers at the top. So a female stag beetle would be a little bit smaller than this. This is the actual size they are. Would be a little bit smaller than this, but wouldn't have the big antlers at the top either. And you can find them. You find them at this time of the year. And I saw a female one just down the road last week. And they will be the males will be flying around. They neither will be doing any feeding. They do all of their feeding when they're little and they're in a larvae form. Like a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, the stag beetle grub larvae will turn into a stag beetle, and they can live. Grubs are very big, about that big. They can live for 7 years. And they really like rotting wood. So if you've got wood in your garden, it's a really good idea not to clear it all away, because lots of animals really like it, and they'd love the stag beetle larvae would love the rotting wood. So 7 years later, they'll turn into this beautiful beetle, and it looks almost like it's very shiny, and it's almost like a reddy brown shell here, sheen to his wing case. You are lovely. How amazing! Don't often see these. If you do, let us know at the London Wildlife Trust, and we can add it to our records. Right, I'm going to pop you back. Let's lift the lid up again. You were having a little chat to that worm, weren't you? So I'll put you back there. And you want that leaf back over you? There we go. There's your leaf. Always important to put the animals back where you found them. It was brilliant to see you, stag beetle. Amazing. It really is like they're having a big party, isn't it? Under this tree stump. Wonder if animals do that. Well, I have a story here all about mini beasts. Lots of the different mini beasts that we've been looking at in the last 12 weeks. 12 weeks we've been having these Nature Tots live sessions. And this is one of 2 stories. Last session, so we're going all out, 2 stories. This is Twist and Hop Mini Beast Bop, and it's by Tony Mitten and Guy Parker Rees, and it's published by Orchard Books. And see what animals you can spot in here. Just trying to have to get it right, because the light is shining on the pages a bit. You see him? Start off, we've already got a beetle, and that's you see this here, it's a magnifying glass. So the beetle might not actually be that big. isn't that big in real life, but there's a magnifying glass that's holding the glass up and making it bigger. Down by the woods. Oh, come and see. Here in the stump of a fallen tree, there's something strange that's made us stop. Goodness me, it's a mini beast bop. See, the rabbit's looking in. And oh, what luck has begun. Let's crouch down here and watch the fun. See. It's a very shiny book, this is, so it's hard to show on the camera. But you can't miss these guys. On come the ants with slickety clicks. How many legs does each ant have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not 6, that's 6. Oh, and here come the beetles, looking so fine. They've given their shells such a brilliant shine. Oh, we've got green beetles, blue, purple. They really are sparkling. And which is this beetle here? Can you see? It's got the big antlers. It's a stag beetle, like the one we found under our log. You are beautiful. Oh, but poor old Snail. He'll miss the fun. He set out late, and snails can't run. He's feeling sad. He'd love to go. What a shame that snails are slow. All the other animals are rushing on ahead. Oh, see, Snail looks quite worried. The worms wiggle up so softly. Listen and see how their silky skins can glisten. They look really party ready. They've got crowns, beads on, and feather boas. They are ready to boogie. Who's this coming here? The slugs slide on. They made good time. They slithered here on gooey slime. They did. They look like they had a lot of fun doing it. You see these two here? He looks very happy. The smaller one, not so sure. Oh, say Snail, I know I'm not so fast, but maybe I'll get there at last. He's trying to rush as quickly as he can. The ladybirds turn every head. They look so bright in their black and red. They look magnificent. Look, they've got a matching fan to match their outfits. But jeepers creepers, look at this. Did you ever see such ball gown bliss? The butterfly frocks bring gasps and sighs. Just see those colours and feast your eyes. They are magnificent. We have got blues, purples, yellows, pinks, reds and orange. They are amazing. They look like they've got some good dance moves as well there. Brilliant. When they dance, they must flap their wings as well. Wow. They are all looking. Everyone's just having a stare at them. Oh, I didn't see you there. Look at that one. It's a lovely one. Beautiful brown with a little purple body. Beautiful. From way up there, poor Snail looks down, and then his face begins to frown. You see his eyes looking over. He shrinks within his curly shell. Is he sulking? can we tell? Do you hear the band begin to play? The dancing's getting underway. As mini beasts, far too many to number, roll on doing the Wriggly Rumba. A tiny piano and mini guitar, get them doing the cha-cha-cha. Then, as the rhythm comes alive, everyone shakes to a jittery jive. Yeah, what a good show. Look at the bee dancing there. We've got an ant on the drums. A beetle. Beetle, I think, is playing the piano. Look at this beetle and ant having a dance. Oh, wow, so fun. The beetles boogie and the bugs go mad. It's the wildest dance they've ever had. But suddenly, the music stops as bee band leader's baton drops. In that hush, they hear him shout, "Boulder coming, make way, look out." What's that? And from the rim, with a rumbling sound, comes a rolling rock that shakes the ground. The mini beasts all look on with awe as it grinds to a halt on the ballroom floor. The beetles tremble. The insects wail. But out from the boulder, what do you think it is? Out pops Snail! Yeah! Pardon me for stopping the song, but I simply had to roll along. The slide down would have been too slow, for then I might miss the show. Everyone's so happy to have him in there. Yay! Oh, it's so nice to see him smile. Bee lifts his baton and gives a grin, then shouts, "Let's boogie! Band begin!" The band pumps out a lively bop, which makes the mini beast wriggle and hop. They jump and they jive, they rave and they shout, and even the woodlice leap about. And though he's slow, Snail moves with grace. When it comes to gliding, he's an ace. Look at everybody having a dance. So many colours there. Brilliant. That's so beautiful. The glowworms glimmer their shimmering light as the mini beast bop hops on all night in that tree. I think that's what our mini beasts were doing under the log there. Rabbits have fallen asleep, but the mini beasts, they're partying. Hell, that was a really good one. So many different animals that we've read different stories about. So we've had worms, beetles there, maybe there was a spider and I missed him. Caterpillars, butterflies, so many different animals on there. So, and who was the star of the show? Who rolled along? It was the fantastic Snail. Now, my other book is about a snail. It's a snail called Humphrey. Humphrey, the Uncommon Garden Snail. It's by Holly Lockwood Wadudge, and it's illustrated by Roxana Oslizo. And it's published by Amazon. By Amazon. Okay. So this is Humphrey the Uncommon Garden Snail. Garden snail. You might have seen some of them in your garden. So why is he uncommon? You see here, sitting on someone's hand. So Humphrey, the common but not so seemingly common garden snail, lives in my back garden. What makes him so uncommon, I hear you say? Can you see him here? Oh, what did you know? Sorry. Humphrey has a small brown body with a brown spiral striped shell for a home, where he glides and gleams on his one foot. A sticky, shiny line appears. So anybody that's ever held a slug or a snail know that they've got this slime. They leave a trail on your hand. Or you could have a look in your garden, balcony or park and see if there's been some slugs or snails around, because they leave these trails. So that's not so uncommon for a garden snail, leaving a trail behind, I hear you say. Let's see what else Humphrey's like. Humphrey has two large tentacles on his head, and they follow me up and down, this way and that. And he never seems to get dizzy. Can you see him here? But all of these snails, they all have tentacles. So that's not that uncommon for a garden snail, I hear you say. Well, Humphrey has one mouth, and he eats mummy's flowers and chomps on granddad's cabbage. He looks very happy when he's doing it. That's not so uncommon for a garden snail, I hear you say. They're all doing it too. Humphrey greets me in the morning and says goodnight before I go to sleep, and he waits for me by my favourite flower pot. See there. Well, that's not uncommon for a garden snail, I hear you say. Here's the flower pot with loads of other snails on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Humphrey plays hide and seek with me, and we race each other, but Humphrey always lets me win. Maybe a little uncommon for a garden snail, I hear you say. Humphrey sits on my hand when I tell him how I feel. He doesn't use his words to talk back to me. Instead, he gives me a snail hug. This reminds me of Breda from Woodbury, and she loves to hold the snails. I've got a picture of her, and she's just come back from cycling, and she's got lots of snails in her hand. How lucky to be having so many snail hugs. I wonder what they've been telling each other. Maybe that's a little uncommon for a garden snail, I hear you say. Now, Humphrey doesn't have special super snail senses or sonic snail hearing or speed. In fact, Humphrey has no super snail powers at all. You see, Humphrey may appear a seemingly common garden snail to you, but he is special to me. Humphrey needs to be nothing more than himself. Humphrey is my friend, a very uncommon friend. There they are. Lovely. Brilliant. So, there was a snail in that book. There was a snail in the Mini Beast book. So many snails. So for our craft activity today, I want you to think about all the different animals that we've read about and done activities about in the last 12 weeks. And think about all the animals you've seen in the last 12 weeks and your favourite animals. And have a think, if you were to have an uncommon friend, what would it be? And can you make it? So there's different ways you can make it. You could make it out of leaves and things and twigs, like we made I made the whale's tail. It's like an art piece in the park. Or you can make it 3D, like I didn't make the nest because mine didn't go to plan, but lots of you all did make fantastic nests out of leaves and twigs. You could just draw it on a piece of paper. You could colour it in with crayons, or you could stick things on there, and you could do it however you want. You could make it out of Play-Doh or clay or anything like that. So many different things. What I'm going to do, you might have guessed who my uncommon friend would be. I would choose, like Humphrey, I would choose a snail as well. And so I've just drawn my snail outline on here, just on a piece of cardboard. So here's my snail outline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get lots of different colours, because my snail's going to be very colourful. So I'm going to give him lots of colour, and I'm also going to give him, I think he's going to be very happy. If you're friends with me, of course you'd be very happy. So give him a big smiley face. Lots of different colours on here. And what's he missing? Ta-da! How wonderful and colourful you are. Smiley face. You can sit on my hand. You can tell me stories, can't you? But you can't look up and down this way and that, can you? So he needs some eyes. So there's bits of cardboard here. So I'm going to cut out some eyes. Scissors. Cut out some eyes. What's your name going to be? Little snail. I remember I had a snail when I was younger. It's just a garden snail. Maybe a common garden snail, but uncommon because he was my friend. He was called Sydney, and I remember making him a home. So maybe this is Sydney. Sydney definitely wasn't this big, and my eye, and he definitely wasn't this colourful. Right, let's make two of those. But he was still a very good snail. Remember, I think from memory that I found him down by the compost heap in the bottom of the garden. Let's stick these on. See, Sydney? Trim this down, and then you are ready to look at the world with fresh eyes. Ta-da! Here is my lovely friend, Sydney. How are you doing? So now you can look up. Ooh, you can look down. Ooh. Oh, you can look this way and that way. Look that way. Okay, very good. Like you've just had an eye test. There we go. That is Sydney. And you may have thought, wow, she's really, really quick at colouring. I cheated. This was Sydney, who I made earlier. and I had so much fun just colouring him in, especially this shell. And it was just so lovely and relaxing. So I encourage not just any children watching, but any adults watching as well, to make their favourite animal, to make their uncommon friend. And if you want to just sit there and colour, it's lovely, very, very relaxing, very calming. So I'd encourage everybody to make their friend. And if you'd like to share your pictures with me, I would love to see them. You can send them to me I'm going to type this in the chat window because this is the last time I will see you all on live. It's hard for me to do two things at the same time and spell things correctly. Yeah, there we go. That's my email address. So if you do make some stuff and you would like to share it with me, please do. Just stretching my legs. I will miss Nature Tots Live, but I won't miss sitting on the kitchen floor. So what I'm doing at the moment is just to see, because we've stopped Nature Tots Live, still want to be able to share lots of activities, stories and resources with you. So if you would like to fill out the feedback form, that some people may have got the feedback form already. I'm just gone onto a different window, so I hope you can still see me all okay. Just to get the link. And let's go back to this way. Yes, I'm still there. I hope I was still there the whole time. I'm just going to pop this in the window. And that is a link to a feedback form about Nature Tots Live and about how people can get back to how we can get back to face and how we can do more activities online while we can't do face to face. So it doesn't matter if you're watching in London and you've been to some of our Nature Tots or Forest School sessions. It doesn't matter if you're watching somewhere else in the country or a different country entirely. If you've been watching Nature Tots, and if you can see me saying this now, you have been, then please do fill in the feedback form. It's the first time we've done this YouTube live sessions. So it'd just be great to have feedback to see how we can improve and make it better for any other sessions that we do. So I know we need to sing our song, but that's going to be the last one. Shall I see what suggested for the last 2 days of wild on our 30 days wild washing line? So, oh, I've always remembered trying this, but it's a bit tricky. Whistle with grass, it says. So, you need to get a wide piece of grass and you put it between your fingers like that, and you have to stretch it and go. Sometimes you can even. I don't have a piece of grass there. It is tricky, but yeah, and you can make a whistle, and yeah, that's good to try. Sometimes it really hurts your cheeks after a while. Maybe I'm just not doing it properly. It's like blowing up a balloon. But yes, you could try that. You could, even if you can't whistle with grass, because I think that is quite hard, but you could go out in nature. There's a picture here of somebody on a guitar and somebody else whistling. Now, you don't have to be able to do either one of those to make music in nature. So you could see, we always like to bang sticks together, don't we? Or bang something together for our song. So you can see what else you can find to tap and shake, rustling leaves to make lots of different music in nature. And day 30 says, write a wild poem. So that might be hard for some people, some of the younger people to do. But what you could do is you could think of your name and you could think of different animals or different things in nature for every letter of your name. So I could have an A, I would have a could have an acorn, I could have a bumblebee, and I could have an ivy plant. So that'd be ABI, or I could have so many things. I might do my whole name and my surname, and I'd have a really big poem, and it'd just be all different words. So Mateus could have, what could something begin with M for Mateus? A magpie. And Abu Bakr could have a ant, and Deirdre could have a dragonfly. She likes those. Edie could have an earwig. Who else is here? Umar could have a Umar could have, what could Umar have? I'll have to think of that one. That's a good one. But you could do a different one for every letter of your name, a different animal or plant, or it could just be a sound in nature, or a colour, or anything at all. So, Tamsin's here. So that brings us on to some pictures that I need to show you, because I have got some two lots of brilliant pictures today. So the first one I wanted to share with you is from the fantastic, come on technology, the fantastic Abu Bakr and Umar, and these beautiful spider webs. Love them. Let me try and turn this around and make it bigger. You see those two? So detailed, this one. So much things going on there. Loads. I just love to look at the different shapes that the crisscrossing of the spider web makes. And this one is lovely. We've got some different shapes. We've got lovely yellow wool being used on that one. Both of you, Abu Bakr and Umar, fantastic job. Well done. And thank you very much, Sarah, for sharing those with me. Right, the next one. Maybe it's sat down here that's making my nose itch again. Got some other pictures to show you. And it reminded me, I'm going to say hello to Tamsin. And so Tamsin and her children go out exploring everywhere, and you can see there that they are off to Wakehurst to the Millennium Seed Bank very soon. And these pictures that she sent me, it was from a reserve in Sevenoaks, which is run by Kent Wildlife Trust. So if I show you some of these, they're really brilliant pictures. So clear as well. It's a good camera. So this one, you see that one there? I suspect, is that Malachi in the background? And this is another, this one of it here. And it was in a hole in some wood. So again, good reason not to throw out any old bits of wood. And that is a European alder moth caterpillar. and it's changed into its mature colours, which is pretty cool. That's what Tamsin said, and I would definitely agree with that. We also have this other one. So Joshua found that caterpillar, and Malachi found this one. Let me just try and zoom in to that if I can. Let me get the. So this one is a peacock fly. You see, peacock, and they're black, but then they look very sparkly. They've got these tiny little speckles on them. So yeah, they're like a beautiful, and they've got these bright. This one has bright orange prolegs, which are the like the fake little legs that you see on the caterpillar. And there's another beautiful picture. Let's just see if and yes, this is the damselfly, which again, oh, hopefully you can see that damselfly there in the beautiful blue colour. And there's lots of the damselflies will look quite similar, and it's all about where the blue bands and stuff are, to be able to see, to be able to identify which damselfly is which. And just reading through the rest of this, Tamsin said, I managed to photograph one individual who was very helpful and remained still. I've tried to photograph dragonflies and damselflies and butterflies as well, and it's very tricky because you think, yes, perfect, perfect. You go to click and they fly off. So I can see how that was a brilliant photo, Tamsin. And yeah, I know there are lots of them, and they have different patterns of blue bands along the abdomen, but I haven't researched it properly as yet. So Townsend's probably going to have a look into that more. So that's fantastic, because it's always fun to be able to, if you've got a photo of an animal, to be able to identify it. So just reading through the rest. And so thank you very much, Tamsin, for sending me those. We at London Wildlife Trust had a big dragonfly and damselfly project called Water for Wildlife, which is just finished now. And people sent their dragonfly and damselfly sightings from all over London. We've got a big massive map of what ones have been seen where. There've been some new records for London, loads of amazing stuff. And it's now just been created into this brilliant guide about dragonflies that my colleague Petra has put a lot of time and effort into finishing. So hopefully there'll be some more. Oh, so I just stretch my legs again. There'll be some more information on our website about that. So that might help you as well, Tamsin. Geraldine said Umar could have the umbrella bird. Oh, that sounds good. That's one for you to look at, Umar. An umbrella bird. I don't know. Is it the one that's that covers, it's in the water, and it puts its wings up and it looks like an umbrella, and it covers that, it does that so that it can create shade and it can see into the water better. Is that the one? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up as well. So anyway, Tamsin was here, so they're about to go off for their exciting day. So have a brilliant time. But hello to Joshua, Malachi, Njinga, Idrissa, and Aminata, and Tamsin, and have a brilliant day, all of you. So some pictures. All of our pictures. I hope we have. We need to sing our song, and I think that's it. So, what is the weather like where you are now? I kept hearing lots of rain. 1 minute it's sunny. Definitely heard the wind. So it's a bit hard today to say what the weather, and I've pulled my blind down so I can't see outside now. We have caterpillars and butterfly garden. Brilliant, Sarah. That's fantastic. Are they grown into? Are they pupating yet? It's brilliant. That's Tamsin had that as well. And I think it's wonderful to see and to watch them grow. That's very exciting. So shall we say, I know we heard from Dublin and Yorkshire and it was rainy and windy. I think this morning it was quite cloudy. I can't hear the rain at the moment. Shall we say windy and cloudy today? People in Yorkshire, you can add in the rain. Oh, day 4, Sarah. So exciting. That's going to be brilliant for Umar and Abubakar to see. There you go. And Tamsin says the umbrella bird is very cool. I think it featured on perhaps a Planet Earth, one of the series as well. So there is some very good footage of it. Sorry, something's popped up. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Right then. Oh, I'm tangled in my. Isn't a good way to go out. I'm tangled in my mic lead. Oh, okay. Right, just get ready to sing. What have I got to tap today? I have got. I'm going to use my Snail, Sydney, and I like the sound of that. Are you ready, Sydney? Are you ready? We're going to go for cloudy and windy. Cloudy and windy. Yeah, you happy with that? Sorry, not rainy at the moment, and you love the rain, don't you, Sydney? Yeah, he does. Are we ready? Cloudy and windy. 1, 2, 3. Here we are at Forest School, Forest School, Forest School. Here we are at Forest School on a cloudy and windy day. Sydney, you did a very good job there. Shall we sing it slowly and quietly? You definitely can do slow. Can you do quiet as well? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You liked that one, did you? It was good, wasn't it? Yeah. And last one. Shall we do fast? And then if you want to have a think and type in how you would like to do it the final time. Okay. Are we ready? Are you ready for fast? What do you mean you don't know what fast is? Sydney doesn't know what fast is. We'll show you. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here we are at Forest School, Forest School, Forest School. Here we are at Forest School on Friday, windy day. Yeah. You did. You wish you could go fast all the time. Okay, well, stick with me. I can help you. So last time, thank you too. Thank you to Matthias. It's always made me smile to see Matthias's name pop up. So thank you very much for joining. Let's see. Last time, otherwise Sydney's deciding. You might go for slow. So, oh, something from Abubakar. I didn't see which way you wanted that. Is that fast or happy? Happy and fast. Slow and happy. Let's just give it another minute, or you're deciding, Sydney. Okay. So whilst I'm going to be putting together some more resources. We do still have, just to remind you, that we do still have lots of resources on our website, wildlondon.org.uk, and you can go to Wildlife from Your Window on there, and there's lots of different activity sheets that you can do. And there's stuff for adults and as well as children and older children as well. And then that's just our social media information. So I think Sydney said he wanted to do happy and fast. Okay, so happy and fast. Are you ready? Whew. 1, 2, 3. Here we are, first school, first school, first school. Here we are, first school. Happy today. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, everybody who has been watching. And if you're watching it back at a later date, thank you very much as well. And hello. And it's been brilliant to have you all here. And I hope to see lots of you again in person soon. And I will keep in touch with you on the email. If you haven't been getting my email updates, if you've heard about it some other way, you can send me an email or let me know on the feedback form that you want to be kept informed about stuff. So from me, from Sydney, from all the birds, and it's just been very lovely to be spending every Monday for the last 12 weeks with you all. And thank you very much. And I will see you all soon. Bye. Bye. Just clicking. Bye.